Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Something slightly different here this week as I am preparing for a little bit more travel here towards the middle of the month. And so today is all about going over what I read this past week, but I'm also going to talk about what I plan to read over these next couple of weeks because I'm not going to be able to record like I normally would here next week because of my travel stuff. So it's going to be a little bit more projecting, which means when I get back from the travel, my recap may or may not go according to plan, right? I may stick with the original plan that I set out. I think that I will, but things might change, and if they do, then we'll all talk about it then, and that'll be fine, right? We'll see how the mood strikes and just how much time I have while I'm out away from home. That's always a little bit of a gamble, right? I never know if I'm going to have a good amount of time, if I'm going to have zero time. Like, how's that going to work? But we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Let's talk about what we read this week. I did read a little bit of The Death of King Arthur. I have been notoriously slowly reading this along with David from Four Corners, and it's been great. I've just been moving so slow because I've been so busy. My brain has been so taxed with other things of just this chapter of life that I'm in right now professionally, and so this has really gone exceptionally slow. However, my goal is to make a nice big dent in this through November. As I have my travel coming up, what I'm aiming to do is to finish up my other reads that I'm in the middle of, and I'm going to bring this with me and try to make a dent as we go through. How deep am I going to get? I don't know. Probably not super far into it, but I'm on page 71 right now. I would love to just make some really good solid progress so I can get back to talking with David about this, because it was so interesting, the conversations that we were having, and I really want to get back to that. So this is not much has been done this past week, but I think some more will be done this week and then the week after that as well, as we get on the road. And when it's my turn to sit in the passenger seat, I know what I'm going to be picking up. It's going to be this. So that's The Death of King Arthur. Right now I'm in the middle of the story about Nineveh, I think, and Morgan Le Fay. So we'll see how that continues, and then we'll go from there. The other thing I've been reading has been, of course, Empire of the Damned, and I'm past halfway done with this already, you guys. So I've been flying through this, despite not having a ton of time to put into it. I did have a little bit of extra time this past week, but not a ton more time. But even so, like, you just rip through these pages, man. They go so fast. I'm having the best time with this. I'm not sure if I like it more or less than book one. I want to see how the rest of it goes. I'm kind of on the fence right now, which is certainly not taking anything away from it. I mean, it's been great, right? It's pretty even with book one so far. I think by the time I finish this, I'll be able to say which one I prefer. This is definitely doing some different things. The structure is a little bit different. It's very similar, but it's a little bit different. And I've really enjoyed that. You know, there's an aspect to the structure that I know some people are not crazy about, but I have liked it quite a bit. So that's cool. And it's got everything we love from book one, all the action, all the violence, all the language, all of the just everything, all the vampire stuff, everything. Gabe being moody and funny and dark and all those things, brooding, everything. It's still here, right? It's great. It's great. I love this world. I love this trilogy, man. I'm just having the best time, and I'm so glad I picked these up. And my goal is to finish this here this week before I leave. I leave towards the end of this week, and I'll be gone for a week and a half or so. And so my aim is to finish this before I leave. That way I have a pretty clean slate, and I can focus on King Arthur. So we'll see how it ends. I have a couple thoughts on where I might be heading, although Christoph has already taken some sharp turns here that I did not expect, and that's been great. That's been great. I really love that. Once I finish this, I was hoping that I could finish this in time to have my conversation with Ashley about it before I leave, but I just don't think I'm going to have the time, unfortunately. So I'll have to wait until after I get back, and then we'll figure that out. But we'll have a live stream going full spoilers on this book with myself and Ashley at some point, hopefully in November still. But we'll see how her schedule is as well. I don't want to make assumptions, since I'm sure she has other things to do other than just talk to me, although we did have a great time before. So we'll see. But Empire of the Damned, fantastic. Loving it. Should wrap it up here this week. And that's honestly really it with my reading, right? With how it's been pretty simple, right? Just kind of working on that thing. It's been nice to take breaks from real life and jump into that world and just see what's going on. And we'll continue along that road. Other travel stuff. You know, if I should finish this, I'm going to be working on King Arthur. if I need a little break, right? If I just need something that's a little easier, my brain's kind of fried, but I have some more time I want to read, and I just need something a little smoother. I do still have the arc that I got for part 1 of Empire of the Dawn, and I might crack that open because it's on my Kindle, and I'm going to have the Kindle, so we'll see, right? So maybe I'll get a little head start on a book 3 if I need little breaks between King Arthur, but I do really want that to be my main focus there during the travel. But you know what comes towards the end of that travel is the Shadows Upon Time release gala, where we get Shadows Upon Time. So you better believe the moment the festivities are done and I have time where I have some free time, and we're not hanging out, we're not having fun, whatever. It's time to do it's time to sit alone by myself. Maybe it's on the drive back home. You better believe I'm cracking that bad boy open and jumping in to Shadows Upon Time, and that will be the only focus of my reading. That is the only thing I will read until it's done. I am so excited. It's the most anticipated book that I've had certainly all year, and for quite some time. Since Wind and Truth, really, has been my most highly anticipated book. And so I'm really, really looking forward to getting into that. And that will be what kind of wraps up my my travel stuff before I get back here and record more videos for you guys. Speaking of which, I'm going to record extra videos here to have some stuff still come out while I'm gone. And so you're probably going to see me wearing the same clothes in videos and whatever, because I'm just going to batch record some stuff. But hey, that's how it goes, and we're going to make it happen, because I just don't want to go 2 weeks without videos coming out. So I will not be able to do my weekly update things like this video is, just because I won't be able to sit down while I'm traveling and do this. But I'll have some other stuff coming out that'll be really fun that I'm excited about. I think some really cool videos. And then, of course, when I get back, I'll have a good recap for you, and we'll get back to the normally scheduled programming from there. So very excited. That next recap will be where I can talk about the release gala. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Okay, other stuff. We have a little bit of book mail. I got one piece of book mail that I've been looking forward to for quite some time, and this is No Life Forsaken by Steven Erikson, the new Malazan book, the sequel to The God Is Not Willing. Love this cover. Love this cover. If you know who this is, then you'll be very excited too. And wow, this is just awesome, and I can't wait to dive into this. I love The God Is Not Willing as a sequel book to the Malazan Book of the Fallen. It was so well done. It was more concise. It was tighter. It wasn't as sprawling, but it still went just as deep with the themes and with the characters and the ramifications that we're exploring from events from the 10-book series, Book of the Fallen. We're seeing the fallout of that and the evolution of that. We saw, I think, peak military group humor. It was in that book, peak Malazan military humor. So I'm really excited to get to this. I wanted to do this on release day, which was just a couple of days ago. I really wanted to do it on release day, but things were so busy and I just fell behind. So if I have time to get to this in November, I definitely want to. Shadows Upon Time is a higher priority, but if I get that done, I would love to be able to jump into this. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm really excited about this. Excited to have it on my shelf as we continue working our way through the full Malazan catalog, one step at a time. Other thing is the book club. Give you an update on that. So we did have our selection last week. I mentioned that it's The Shadow in Summer by Daniel Abraham. That'll be the next thing that we read through November, December. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we now begin the selection process for the following book. So we'll have every week, we'll have our voting ranking process that went really, really well last time. And so I'm excited to do round 2 of that. There's been a couple little refinements that we've found. That I got some really good feedback from the book club members that I was able to tweak some things, and that ended up being better towards the end. So excited to carry that through here now. And this week is all about getting pitches. So everybody's pitching, between 1 and 3 options that we'll add to the pool of available books, and then we'll go from there and we'll narrow it down step by step. So if you want to get involved, go down to the description of this video, click on that link for the Patreon. You can learn everything about it, how to get involved, how to have your hands in the channel, proposing video ideas, all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you'd like to join the book club, I would love to have you there. It's so much fun, and I've loved just becoming better friends with everybody and talking books and other things, and it's just been great. So I'd love to have you there if you are interested. All that is in the description, along with the way to join the free Discord and all that kind of stuff as well. What else do I have? Looking at my notes, I don't think I have anything else. Kind of a short and sweet update here this time, but hey, some weeks are like that. Some weeks are like that. Thank you guys for hanging with me during this period of my life where I just have had less reading time. When I started the channel, I was like, man, I have so much going on. I don't know if I can talk about books enough to build a channel. And then I had some more time kind of open up. I was like, okay, I'm in a good groove now. We're doing this, and now I'm in an even busier time, and I was like, oh no, are people going to lose interest? But you haven't. You guys have stuck with me, so thank you so much for that. I appreciate it a ton. It's so fun. It doesn't matter how busy I am. Like, I always want to make these videos because it's just such a great mental relief and break from all that extra other real life stuff. And it's just nice to sit down and talk about books for a minute and then be able to talk with all you guys in the comments. So talk to me back in the comments. Speaking of, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you like the channel, you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you subscribed and joined the community here. But most importantly, please hit me up in the comments and tell me about your week. What are you reading? What are you excited about? What's going on? What's going on? I'd love to hear from you. It's always the most fun part of this whole thing. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.